everyone, it's Saloni Goyal. Welcome back to today's session. Today we'll be doing another poem, and that is A Tiger in the Zoo. We all know tiger to be a very bold, very courageous animal. They are known to roam freely in the jungles, they are known to be very powerful. But a tiger is only powerful when it is in its natural habitat. What happens to an animal that is caged? What happens to an animal that is in the zoo? Inside a zoo, an animal is helpless. An animal is scared and sad. So this poem very beautifully explains us, gives us a glimpse of what an animal is, especially a tiger feels when it is inside a captivity and not free. I heard a statement by somebody that animals should be shot with a camera and not with a gun. Yes, animals are beautiful living beings that are existing on the earth. They all deserve to roam freely, they all deserve to live their life the way they want. And hence I also believe that animals should only be shot with a camera and not with a gun. Proceeding with this thought, let's begin with the poem. He stalks in his vivid stripes, the few steps of the cage on paths of velvet quiet, in the quiet rage. The first paragraph of the poem is telling us that a tiger is held inside a zoo. That tiger has beautiful skin, it has very soft paws, almost like velvet. But even though the tiger is very beautiful, it has soft paws, it is not happy inside the cage. It is very quiet, it is very sad. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. So the poet is saying that the tiger which is inside a zoo, he deserves to be free. He deserves to be in the jungle. He deserves to hunt an animal in its natural habitat. He deserves to drink water from the water pool instead of the water or the food that we humans serve the tiger inside the zoo. So the poet is justifying the fact that animals are not happy when they're in the zoo. Animals will be more happy, especially this tiger. It will be more happy if it is outside in its natural habitat, behind a grass, hunting, planning to hunt a tiger or planning to hunt a deer, and eventually, it is free from the captivity. He should be snorkeling around houses at the jungle's edge, baring with white fangs his claws, terrorizing the village. So I told you a tiger is a very powerful animal, right? It has very powerful, it has very sharp teeth, it is very powerful, it has very sharp claws. But a tiger can only be powerful when it is allowed to be free. Even the most powerful person inside a prison or inside a cell will lose his power. Same the case with this tiger. This tiger, if it is allowed to be free, it can terrorize people. It can exert its authority. But a tiger inside a zoo, inside a cage, it's helpless. It cannot do anything. Even if we shot it, even if we disturb the tiger will not be able to show its actual power to us because it is indeed a prisoner of the zoo authorities, a prisoner of us humans. But he's locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. So the tiger inside this cage is very unhappy. Unhappy why? It cannot exert its authority. It cannot show how powerful it is. It is still a tiger that is very silent. It is still a tiger that is very unhappy. Inside a cell, even the most powerful thing or being on the earth is helpless. And that is very beautifully brought out in this poem. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. So the tiger has nothing to do inside the cage. I mean, it gets its food, it gets its water, but it doesn't really enjoy. Yes, we all like to be on a vacation, but after a vacation, we all want to come back to our home. A home is always going to be a home. So for a tiger, a zoo, even if it's being taken care of, is not a home. Its home is the jungle. Its home is the forest, where they can be free, where there is no restriction, where they can easily hunt down an animal to provide for themselves. But this tiger, it is all alone inside a cage. The only thing that the tiger can do is listen to the voice of the patrolling cars. Patrolling cars are the cars of the zoo authorities who are roaming here and there to see that everything is in place. So the tiger, it is only listening to the voice of the patrolling cars, and sometimes with its eyes it looks at the stars that are sparkling in the sky. So very beautifully the poet has told us the misery, the sorrow and the sadness of an animal that is trapped inside a cage, and that animal is not free. It is always within the foundations, it is always within the captivity of the humans. So now let's discuss the poetic devices that have been used in this poem. The first poetic device is personification. I told you, whenever a being is given human-like qualities, that is known as personification. Usually the word he or she is referred for humans. Here the poet is using the word he for the tiger. That gives it an example of personification. Next, alliteration. Alliteration means repetition of the sound. In the second paragraph, plump deer pass. PP, it is used very closely together. That is why it is an example of alliteration. The next poetic device that we have used is metaphor. Metaphor means comparison. A comparison has been beautifully drawn by the poet, where the life of a tiger inside a zoo is compared with the life of a tiger in the forest. So metaphor has beautifully brought out the comparison between an animal that is in captivity and an animal that is indeed free. Then we have the next poetic device, and that poetic device is imagery. Imagery means using beautiful symbols to bring out something. If you see the last two lines of the poem, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. So the eyes of the tiger are looking at the stars in the sky. Brilliant eyes are looking at the brilliant stars. That's an example of a beautiful imagery, a beautiful imagination that has been brought out by the poet. So A Tiger in the Zoo is actually a poem that is going to discuss the dilemma and the sorrows of an animal inside a captivity. This is a pandemic period right now. There is a lot of corona thing that has surrounded us. And we humans are also suffering from mental illness, right? Why are we suffering from mental illness? Captivity. No, we can't socialize. We cannot go out. That is indeed affecting our mental health. In the same way, these animals are also held in captivity. They are not allowed to be free. And we know that when a thing is not allowed to be free, they lose their, sanity. They start becoming very depressed. They start becoming very sad. So I think that Corona, this pandemic, has given us a time to reflect on our own actions. We do not, we also sometimes we tell to our parents, Papa, I want to go out, I want to do this, I want to be with my friends. But owing to pandemic, our parents are very careful. They do not want to send us out. In the same way, we feel frustrated why we are not going out, we are not socializing. An animal inside a zoo can also feel the same way. They can also feel that they are frustrated, they are angered, they are sorry, because they are not allowed to be free. They are allowed only to be what the humans want them to be. So A Tiger in the Zoo is a very beautiful poem discussing about an animal that is inside a zoo and what life can be different for that animal had that animal been allowed to be free. So please do not capture animals in captivity. Let us try and let us allow them to be free in their natural habitat. Thank you. This is it for today.